live over here yet. Hasn't worked out here yet. There it goes. All right, we're on. All right, y'all. Let's get this. This is my Uncle RC, my favorite uncle. This is a pleasure. This is a real honor, Uncle, to be here with you. We're in North Carolina, down at his house, and can we say where you live? Is that okay? You're not in the witness relocation. Okay. We're in Mount Airy, North Carolina, at his house down here, and him and his wife live here. And actually, my aunt is here. My Aunt Dorothy's here too. Let me show you. Let me just show you around here. There's my Aunt Dorothy.
Hey.
And this is where my uncle lives down here in North Carolina. Just to give you a sense of what it's like. Definitely greener than California, which is not saying anything about California. You know, I love California. My mom says hi. Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad. My dad chimed in too and said hi.
Hey, Jennifer.
And we're just gonna sit on the porch here and pick some songs, ain't we? Yeah. I'm gonna ask you what I asked my sister when I had her on my podcast. How long have you been my uncle?
I've been your uncle since you were born in 1973.
77, yeah.
Okay. I got it wrong.
That was a trick question, wasn't it?
Yeah, I remember the night you were born, I was studying for a final exam in college, so it was in the time that exams were given.
Huh. You were studying for, were you in law school at that time?
No, I was in George Mason University.
So you're pre-law school?
Yes.
Okay.
And I remember very well because I broke my toe on the table the same night.
Did you really?
I was walking around and your father was telling me about what was happening at the hospital and everything, and I laid up the phone and everything, and I walked around the table and I hit my big toe on the table leg and ended up being broken.
Wow. There's nothing you
so
can do
I remember
for
that from the night you were born.
Well, that's easy to remember, isn't it? When you break your toe when somebody's born.
It's easier to remember than it's not easier to remember than you being born. I almost fell into the trap there.
You can't do anything for a broken toe, can you?
No,
you just
can't.
To sit around and let it heal.
Just let it heal.
Yep. Well, this is a special moment for me because my Uncle RC. Well, first of all, we live about 3,000 miles away from each other.
Yes.
And he was the one that really inspired me to play music as a child. I'd see him playing the guitar, and my dad is a harmonica player too. Of course, my dad was inspiring too, but my uncle was really serious about it. You know, he was not serious, but you really are very passionate about music, especially bluegrass music and old-time music. You still like old-time music?
I still love old-time music. I just don't play it as much. I don't have the opportunity to play it as much as I do bluegrass, but I still play with some old-time bands when they need me and when I can join in with them.
Right.
There's such a mixture of bluegrass and old time here in this Mount Airy area that it's incredible. There's just tons and tons of bluegrass and old time musicians. So it doesn't really bother me if I get into an old time jam or a bluegrass jam.
It doesn't bother you at all?
No.
Makes no difference, huh?
No, because I learned old time music as a kid, and I got into bluegrass music in my teens. But I really started out playing old time music with my father. He was a harmonica player, and that's what he played, is old time music.
That's what I was gonna ask. He didn't play bluegrass. He played old time.
No, and he he played old time, but he also played a lot of blues. I don't even think he knew he was playing blues. He learned it down on the railroad track, running around as a kid. He was born in 1909, so, and back in that day, the railroads were big, and you could go down on the railroads, and these hobos would play music for you. It was just amazing how all that music came together, and he learned a lot of blues from these people.
Okay.
But he also learned from the old time fiddle players that came out of the mountains that what old time was all about.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And I guess they didn't even really have bluegrass music back in those days. So
Because Bill Monroe was the one that penned the term, I guess, the Bluegrass Boys is why they named it bluegrass, his music, and that was probably really not until the 40s that he really got that really solid together, right?
yeah, late 30s and early 40s.
Yeah.
And
when he first started out, they weren't calling it bluegrass music yet. They were just calling it old-timey or...
sure.
Yeah.
They did, and the Carter family had a lot of influence on that.
Okay.
The Carter family, they were in the early 30s and mid 30s, and a lot of people that loved their music also were easily led into bluegrass music by Bill Monroe and his band.
Okay. And, well, I got to hear your father play, which would be my grandfather. His name was Martin Stamper as well.
Yes.
And I got to hear a recording of him, and I wish I could play it for everybody on this, who's listening to this right now, because, you know, that term, speaking out of the both sides of your mouth is a bad term, but he was playing out the both sides of his mouth. It sounded like he had two things going on at the same time on his harmonica.
Yes,
you know what I mean? He could chug, and he would chug with one side, and he would play the melody with the other side.
He was unique in his style, and he would choke a G harmonica into D chord, and he'd play a song with you in D that he was using a G harmonica.
That's amazing, ain't it?
Sure.
Yeah, that'd be hard. That's really hard. That's really hard stuff. Well, speaking of, you mentioned the Carter family. Why don't we do one of their songs?
Yes, indeed.
Do "Keep on the Sunny Side."
All right.
By the way, speaking of harmonica, I don't have my harmonica today because I don't have the right keys. It's terrible because my dad, he offered me his harmonicas yesterday, and I said, no, I don't need these. And he probably had the right keys in there, so thanks for the offer, Dad, but I guess I messed that up. You know, that's life. I noticed, you know, like you see the phone right now is like I've got it tied to this mic stand.
Yeah.
That's because I forgot my phone holder, which is like a tripod for my phone, you know. And it was funny because when I was leaving my motorhome to come out here, leaving San Diego, this tripod was sitting there right in front of me. It had fallen out of the cabinet. It was sitting right there, and I said, I don't need this, and I did, you know. I just feel like so many times life tries to give us things, and we're like, oh no, we don't. I don't need that, you know, and then you do.
That's a trait in the family. The Stamper family forgets everything that they are supposed to do. I went into Walmart a few weeks ago, and I came back out, and I discovered I forgot to shut the driver's door, and I stayed in there the whole time.
I did that the other day.
Did you?
I was in my motorhome, and I was done with this gig, you know, and it was still about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I must have left that passenger door open from 1 o'clock until 6 o'clock in the afternoon. I didn't know it was open. I forgot I left it open anyway. We're very absent-minded in this family.
Yeah,
this family.
we are.
I had another thing where I was supposed to put. I thought I booked this gig in Richmond, on a Friday, and they changed it from Friday the 10th to Friday the 3rd, and then I had to I had to rebook this other gig in Burke, Virginia, and that was supposed to be on the 3rd or whatever, and they changed it to 10th or whatever. I got so mixed up, and I've had to change it so many times on my tour schedule. I don't know if anybody's going to come to those shows because I've switched them back so many.
My best friend that died told me I'd tell him, hey, I forgot this or I forgot that, and he'd say, you can't blame that on age. He said, you were like that ever since I first met you.
That's what I tell people all the time. They say, I've been forgetful. I must be getting old. I'll be like, I've always been that way. I just always.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess our heads are kind of in the clouds, huh? I'm just gonna tune real quick, make sure I'm good. There's a dark and a troubled side to life. There's a bright and a sunny side too. Though you'll meet with darkness and strife, the sunny side you also may view. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It'll help us every day, it'll brighten all the way. We'll keep on the sunny side of life. Just vamp on. Let me fix this. Let me fix this. Hank, keep vamping on that. Let's see. There we go. That's better. I can mostly see me. Though the storm and its fury broke today, crushing hopes that we cherish so dear. Clouds and storm and time pass away, and the sun again will shine bright and clear. Sing it on. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It'll help us every day, it'll brighten all the way. We'll keep on the sunny side of life. Take it on. Till the storm and its fury broke today. Hang on to it. Let us meet with the song of hope each day. Though this moment is cloudy and fair, let us trust in a Savior away to keep everything in His care. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It'll help us every day, it'll brighten all the way. We'll keep on the sunny side of life. Let's do it together. There's a dark and a troubled side to life. There's a bright and a sunny side too. Though you'll meet with darkness and strife, the sunny side you also may view. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It'll help us every day, it'll brighten all the way. We'll keep on the sunny side of life. If we'll keep on the sunny side of life. That's good. That's good. Good job.
Oh,
Oh, I play that one all the time. That's like, that's kind of my theme song. I was telling you today. Some people in California think I wrote that song. I play that one all the time. So you did a good job. You did a
well,
good
thank
job
you.
on that. Yeah.
So did you.
Thank you. Uh, we were talking about the origin of that song. Of course, most of us learned it from the Carter family, right? But I heard the guy who wrote that song back in the late 1800s. There was a man who worked at an old folks home, and he would have to push somebody in a wheelchair every day. And a lot of times, this guy in a wheelchair would say, "Make sure you stay on the sunny side of the street today when you push me in the wheelchair." And so this man who was working at the old folks home, he wrote the song "Keep on the Sunny Side" in the late 1800s.
Yeah.
That's an old song. Yeah. Yeah.
And Carter took credit for writing it.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I think.
just like I do, I guess.
Well,
Everybody
you do.
probably just assumed it. They wrote it. They didn't distinctly say it. Probably
They
didn't.
probably never said it on stage. We wrote that song.
No.
Everybody thought it.
Yeah.
It just
I
maybe
don't-
that's a lot of what happened to all the songs.
Did
A lot of them.
AP Carter didn't write anything? Did he? Did he ever write anything?
Yeah, he did.
Did
He
he?
wrote some songs. He got credit for writing some songs, and one that I recall is "I'll Pawn You My Gold Watch and Chain." He wrote that.
He wrote
song.
that? Okay.
Mhm.
And of course, Mother Maybelle. She
Mhm.
wrote some great ones.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, it is. This is bluegrass country. I get the feeling that we're in bluegrass country
We
here.
are.
You know, what I understand is that wasn't the bluegrass capital was Washington D.C. for a long time, wasn't it? Or
It
for a couple
was
decades.
when Seldom Seen and Country Gentleman made it big there, and starting in about 1968 and running on up through the 70s.
Yeah, maybe the early '80s or something.
Maybe the early 80s
Uh-huh.
when the Seldom Seen and Country Gentleman they were the bands.
Uh-huh.
You know, back then Norman Blake used to come through all the time to DC and play shows, but the Seldom Seen and the Country Gentleman, they had places that they played downtown. One was the Birchmere and the other was the Seldom Seen played in the Birchmere, and the Country Gentleman played down the street at the Shamrock on Elm Street in Georgetown.
Okay.
But that was the place to go for.
Well, didn't a lot of the bluegrass musicians move to the D.C. during that time too, right? Wasn't
They did.
I think Jimmy Martin even lived in the D.C. area, didn't he? Or was that not true?
I don't know if Jimmy lived there because he had his forte was road trips.
Like Nashville, so
He rode in the bus all over the place. I don't know if he ever lived anywhere except down there in Tennessee where
Okay.
he had a farm, I think. And
There was somebody that said they finally had to leave the D.C. area and head to Nashville because the bluegrass scene had moved to Nashville, like
It had.
maybe the late '70s, early '80s or something. Yeah, but I get the feeling that here it's. I mean, it's wild here. There's a lot of bluegrass here.
when they started Merlefest here, a lot of the traditions and customs moved up around the Wilkesboro area. And when I moved to Mount Airy, I thought that perhaps I could meet all the musicians in a very short time. I've never even made a start on them.
Really?
And
Yeah.
I've been here 3 years, and they come from out of the woodwork, just bluegrass and old time musicians.
Huh. That's cool. What I heard was that I guess it would have been, I don't know, maybe in the 40s or 50s when the work started drying up in the mountains, like the Appalachians and stuff. A lot of people headed to D.C. and Baltimore, and that's what they brought, that old time and bluegrass music with them to D.C. And that's why it ended up being such a big scene there, is because they brought all that music with them.
When I came to D.C. after coming there in the service, I was stationed up at Henderson Hall and at Arlington Cemetery.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got in there, D.C. was the place to be for bluegrass. I mean, all these youngsters learning bluegrass and developing bands,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where it all happened until the early '80s, I'd say.
Well, it's weird because I always wonder if I could ask God a question and be why was I born in Washington D.C.? You know, it's fine place to be from, I guess, but it's also how many people are born in Washington D.C. You know, it's not.
I never did have that in in the list in my head I could pull up.
Yeah.
The population of D.C. and beyond me.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean. Yeah, I just think it's funny because, you know, with all due respect, D.C. is not my favorite city in the world, you know, and and I think it's just because it's full of politicians and lawyers, and it's just so funny that I'm just nothing like D.C., but I was born there, and it's almost as if God was like, well, you're gonna have to travel, you're gonna have to get out of this somehow, you know, get out of this area. And again, with all due respect, it's always been good to me. Everything's been fine, you know, but I don't know what that is. It's just weird. It's as if, I think even as a kid, my parents, I don't think anybody thought I was going to leave home. I didn't even like to go to people's houses for sleepovers and stuff, you know? And then now I've rambled around more places than most people than I know, so anyway.
I ended up in Manassas a few years back. And I thought I would run into some real fine bluegrass musicians there. And I didn't make one connection with the people in Manassas.
It's weird, right?
Yeah. It's just not there anymore.
It's just, I think people are so busy driving and working, they don't have time to socialize and, you know, do what we're doing. Yeah. Anyway, on that note, maybe we should play another song. Let's see what else we got here. We got let's do more Pretty Girls in One. How's that?
Okay.
I'll remember to put that E minor in there.
Okay.
Okay. My dad said Carter fixed up a lot of their songs. Yeah, he found them and maybe fixed them up, you know, made them presentable. Probably true.
Probably what it was. And Bill Monroe did the same thing. And a lot of, especially the old fiddle tunes.
I feel like AP in some people's minds, he got a bad rap, you know, because his wife ended up leaving him for that other man. Remember that on the radio station?
Mm-hmm.
And I think he really loved her, but he was pretty absent-minded fellow himself, I think, and he was very focused on the music. And they say when his wife left him, he was just never the same, you know. He was very depressed and all that stuff. So I always like to give respect to AP Carter, you know, because he.
Well, I do too, because they went. A story my mom told me is she went to Riverside School to see the Carter family when she was a kid, maybe in her teens.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't show up for a real long time, like 5 or 6 hours late. And the reason for that was they had 9 flat tires on the way from over in Gate City, Virginia.
Did they?
On the way to Marion.
Wow.
Which is about 50, 60 miles.
And they had 9 flat tires.
They had 9 flat tires. That was the way they went around those days. They just...
Blue tires. Here we go.
Okay.
Well, there's more pretty girls than one. Yeah, there's more pretty girls than one. And in every town I rambled around, there's more pretty girls than one. Take one. She said, what's some good advice? She said, son, you quit all your rambling around and go and take your wife. 'Cause there's more pretty girls in the world. Oh, there's more pretty girls in the world. Every town I've rambled around, there's more pretty girls in the world. Looking down on railroad line, just watching that train roll by. It carries the woman of love. I hang down my head and I cry. But there's more pretty girls in the world. Ah, there's more pretty girls in the world. Every town I've rambled around, there's more pretty girls in the world. That's all that matters, right? Is the laugh and smile at the end. Huh?
Yeah, man, that was fun.
It was fun. That was fun. You know who I learned that song from?
Okay.
Ramblin' Jack Elliott.
Yeah.
And you know he's still playing. He's out there still playing. He's 94 years old.
Is he really?
I just saw him 3 or 4 months ago up in California. He lives out there in California. It was funny because I seen him about 4 or 5 years before that, you know, and it was in San Diego where I saw him, where I'm mostly living, and I got to meet him after the performance, and he said, "Well, how do you know my music?" You know, and I said, "Well, because I mean, you got some classic old music, you know." I said, "I really like the stuff you did with Daryl Adams, which was a banjo player he used to play with," and he said, "Like what?" And I said, "Well, More Pretty Girls Than One." And he said, "What song is that?" And I pulled out my banjo. He said, "You got your banjo with you?" And I said, "Yeah." I pulled it out. This was after the show, you know? And I pulled it out and played it for him. He said, "That's a great song." I said, "Ramblin' Jack, I learned that from you." And he goes, "You did?" He was like, he didn't even. He acted like he didn't even remember that song. I don't know. I don't know if he was just kidding with me or what. But then he said, "Well, you should come up and pick with me up Northern California sometime." And then his manager kind of came in and was like, "Everybody, he needs to talk to other people and all this stuff." So I didn't really follow up. I should have though. I would love to play with Ramblin' Jack. You know, you like Ramblin' Jack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It reminds me of I approached this guy. He was a songwriter down in Nashville, and he wrote for years and years. And in 1993, he sang a song for me called "I'd Wrote the Moon for You."
I what? Moon?
I'd wrote the moon for you. And 6 months or so ago, I was with him, and I said, "Would you play this song for me?" He played it in the early '90s. He said, "Man, I don't even remember that song." And I thought, but he wrote over 700 songs. So,
right. Well, I've done that. I've done that.
How many songs have you written?
I don't even. I have no idea. No
I
idea.
bet you've written over 700.
Maybe. I don't know about that. Maybe. I've written the beginnings or the starts of bits of songs, probably thousands. But I had this thing happen to me, and this happens to me about once a year, where I get perspective on myself as an artist or as a musician. And I was real sick with the flu. This was a few years back, and I was real sick with the flu. And you know how when you're sick with the flu, you just lay there for a couple days, don't eat or drink, and you're just exhausted. And I was listening to some music in the background, and it was Spotify. I had it on a mix or whatever, and this song came on, and I said, "Man, that's a great song." I said, this is why I like Spotify, because I would have never heard this song before, ever.
Mhm.
It would have never been on the radio, but this is a song that I would like, you know?
Mhm.
And I went over to see who it was, and it was my song. It was me.
Was
And,
it really?
It was a song I had written and recorded it, and I never played it again. And, yeah. And it's one. You ever get those moments where you feel like, I mean, for myself, I go around most of the time just feeling like, well, I'm just enjoying myself. I don't know if I'm any good at this or whatever, but
Yeah.
I'm just enjoying myself. And if people like it, that's great. You know, I hope they do. And if they don't, then that's fine, whatever. But then you get those moments where you're like that, where I said to myself, you know, I'm actually pretty good. I'm actually pretty good at this. I should probably keep going, you know? Do you ever?
Did you ever throw away a song that you couldn't retrieve and you thought about it a couple months
Yeah.
later and you said, man, I
Wish it
hadn't thrown that
recorded.
song away."
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of songwriter, are you going to play any of your songs today?
We'll get down an E and I'll sing this song I wrote for about the White Top Mountain Moonshiner.
Okay.
We hadn't played it
No.
today, but we'll
I think you
make
played it for me
through.
last time I was here, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's sort of a jig kind of song, wasn't it?
Well, I don't know if it's called, it's I meant it to be a mountain song, but my problem was always I wanted to play it in F, and I finally started playing it in E, so
I wonder if I should use finger picks for this one. What do you
Uh,
think? How's it go?
who rode from White Top Mountain, drop it down low.
Let me try the finger picks on this one.
Okay.
See what happens. If not, I'll go back to the claw hammer.
I'll start off with a lead break so we can
Okay.
get to it.
How many? Is it all chordy? Is it super chordy or not?
No, it's only got it's got 3 chords in it, I think.
All right.
White Top Mountain, drop it down low. What's the fish from glazen jars my uncles used to throw? My daddy walked 14 hours, drop it for a day. Her parents wouldn't let her go, he showed up drunk and late. It was hard living, one liquor's hard to make. Carrying chop up a mountaintop to a spring inside a clay. The values they held dear back then are still held dear today. The culture of the mountain folk is in my DNA. The women were the best of all. They worked fields all day, while husbands sat beside the still and drank their lives away. When sugar was short, they must resort to fruit that frost delayed. The culture of the mountain folk is in my DNA. It was hard living, hard liquor's hard to make. Carrying chop up a mountaintop to a spring inside a glade. The values they held dear back then are still held dear today. The culture of the mountain folk is in
don't think I did hear that one before.
Really?
I don't think I've heard that one before. That's a good song. You're a good songwriter, you know?
I throw away more than
I know,
pick.
I can't even remember all the songs you played for me, but there was that love song that you played for me last time I was here. It was beautiful. I wish I wrote the name of it down.
That's that song called A Cure for the Soul.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's it. Why don't you play that one? I'm going to stay out of this
play
one.
it right now.
You can't?
It's
Okay.
been so long.
Okay.
Let's see.
Let's see. We got some comments here too, just by.
I can't do it, Mart.
No, all right. That's fine. We'll do one of mine now. We practiced one of these earlier today. Let's do a song I wrote called. This one's called. Let's do Hearts and Dreams.
Okay.
Let's see. My sister says hi. She said to say hi to both of us.
Hi, Michelle.
My sister made this hat for me the other day. Thanks, Michelle.
That's a beautiful cap.
It's
Michelle.
Azure Daisy embroidery, and she's got a good business. She's got a new machine. It's really cool. So thanks for tuning in, Michelle, and hopefully Zach's out there too. And my dad, or it looks like my mom says, mistake. I think RC was 16 or 17. His father came to visit us. RC sung Rocky Top, and his dad played harmonica. You two have to sing this song. Are we gonna do Rocky Top today? We should. Can we do it in G?
Rocky Top in 4 years.
Really? You guys don't play Rocky Top around here?
We can do it, probably. Can you do the lead part on it?
Can you play a knee?
Yeah.
Can you? It's hard to sing that song in G.
It is hard.
That's a great idea, Mom. Good idea. My dad brought up the song. I had this song called Pretty Dolphins that I forgot about for probably 10 or 15 years. It was great. And then this recording surfaced of it. I'll play it for you. I got a recording on it. Man, it's a cool bluegrass tune. I can't find a band that could play it with me right now, but you probably could play
Blue
it.
Dolphin?
It's called Pretty Dolphins, yeah. That was another song that I forgot about. I've written more songs that I forgot about than anything, probably. I just don't feel like I have the confidence that a lot of these people have. You know, I'll write a song and say, well, that's no good, you know, and then I'll never do anything with it. But then years later, I'll hear it and say, man, what the hell is wrong with you? That was a great song, you know? I think that's been I've been the biggest hurdle in my life is myself, you know? Get my own way.
I got into writing a few Christian songs, and then I got to where I didn't play them because I didn't remember them. You know, it's sort of, as people say, you write a song, you must remember it, but I don't. You gonna do Rocky Top and C or
E and E? Yeah. I wish that I were on Rocky Top down in the Tennessee hills. There ain't no smoggy smoke on Rocky Top. There ain't no cell phone bill. Once I had a girl on Rocky Top, half bear, the other half cat. She's wild as a mink, but sweet as soda pop, and I still dream about that. On Rocky Top, you'll always be home, sweet home to me. Good on Rocky Top, Tennessee. Rocky Top, Tennessee. You want to take a break? Well, wants to looking for a moonshine still. IRS. The strangers ain't come down from Rocky Top. I reckon they never will. 'Cause the corn won't grow it on Rocky Top. Soul's too rocky by far. That's why all these folks on Rocky Top are getting their corn from a jar. On Rocky Top, you'll always be home sweet home to me. Good old Rocky Top, Rocky Top, Tennessee. Rocky Top, Tennessee. You want to take one home? Well, I've had years of corn, picked up city life, stuck like a duck in a pen. Well, all I know is it's a pity life and can it be simple again? On Rocky Top, you'll always be home sweet home to me. Good old Rocky Top, Rocky Top, Tennessee. Rocky Top, Tennessee. Rocky Top, Tennessee. That's a good suggestion. I can't believe we didn't think about that.
I
one.
can't believe we made it through that
I
song.
can't believe you made it through. I play that song all the time. So, I wouldn't have been able to make it through if I didn't play that one all the time. But you haven't played that one in a long
I haven't
time.
played it in a long time. People don't play it the way they used to. They
Really?
used to play that song all the time.
Mhm.
But, it's got that chord progression in it.
It's a little bit of a jam buster, right?
Yeah, it
Because
is.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I told you about that song. I mean that game I invented called Jam Buster, right?
Yeah.
Where you go around and everybody comes for the jam, and if it's your turn to lead the jam, and you bust the jam, if you pull out a song that's so complicated nobody else can play it, you don't get to lead the jam anymore for the night.
Yeah.
And the last one standing is the winner of the Jam Busters.
Hey, I
So
was playing up in Merlefest one time in a circle,
Yeah.
and this guy came in there, and he said, "I'm gonna play a little song that I wrote." He said, "It's a real simple song. It's only got 9 chords in it." And we all started putting up a good start.
Totally. Somebody always comes along and does that, don't
They
they?
do.
How can you expect anybody to follow along with that when they've never heard the song before? Well, we're running shorter on time. My sister's asking what we have in the cups. It's a secret, Michelle, what those cups have in them. It's a green drink.
It's a green drink. I was going to do that on Patrick Henry Day, but I forgot.
Rocky Top's probably the song that made me fall in love with bluegrass music, and the banjo particularly, I think. You just hear that song, and how can you not love bluegrass music and hear that song?
I know, and when I heard that song, it came out in 1967, 68, because I just got my driver's license. It was in 69 before I went in the service, I guess. And they came out with that song, and the Osborne brothers came to Abingdon School. They were going to put on a show. It was on Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
So I had this old 56 Chevrolet. It was just pieced together, and these two guys and I took off on Friday night, and we were going to Abingdon High School to see that show. Well, we got halfway to Abingdon, and the rear end went out of the car on Interstate 81. We just left the car parked there and went on down and listened to the show.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's wild, man.
So the next day I sold the car to somebody that would go pick it up and get it. But
That's
we were
funny.
going to watch that show no matter what.
You were determined to get there. That's wild, man. Those guys are both dead now, ain't they?
Yeah, they're dead.
Just about all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Del McCurry's still around, I guess.
Dale McCoy's.
Yeah.
Now, a guy you'll see tomorrow night at that jam,
Yeah.
he has Sonny Osborne's banjo. But Sonny sold.
Oh,
to
does he?
him. Mm-hmm.
He's the luthier. He makes his own banjos and stuff. Or
No, Sonny Osborne, he knew
no, I
him.
mean, yeah, the guy that we're talking
He's not
about.
the same guy. No,
Okay.
he's the one that played with the Seldom Scene and the
Okay.
Country Gentleman.
Gotcha. Okay.
But Sonny Osborne sold him that banjo. It wasn't the only one Sonny had,
Right.
but it was a banjo that he really wanted, a real fine master tone
I see.
Gibson, and Sonny gave him the opportunity to buy that banjo, and he bought it.
I bet it's nice. Sonny Osborne had some nice banjos.
Mm-hmm.
Man. Yeah. That guy was incredible. Banjo
He
player.
was.
I mean, Bill Monroe asked him to join the band when he was about 15, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, they played with Bill Monroe for
Both
a while.
of them did?
Mm-hmm.
I just thought it was Sonny that was in the band. I didn't know Bobby was in the band.
Now he wanted Bobby for that high tenor work, but
Okay.
they could go 2 tenors on
Oh.
on their sounds.
Huh.
Because Bobby had that real high tenor voice too.
I'd love to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
The two, with Bill Monroe and Bobby and Sonny.
Mhm.
That'd be cool.
We'll see if we can find that maybe tonight.
Okay. All right, let me tune up again. You were in G again?
Ready for G.
Yeah. We never did play that song of mine called Hearts and Dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Let's play that.
Jordy, you get to sing a song next. You get to sing a song.
She's gonna do the grand finale.
Yeah.
Don't you hate it when you go to put a capo on and you still got a tune?
Mm-hmm.
Don't you love it when you put a capo on and you don't have to tune?
It's very seldom you're going down the neck, you know. You always gotta check the tuning, and
I don't know.
if you just put it on and you're intending to go right into another song, it doesn't work out most of the time.
Totally. It's crazy. Let's actually, instead of doing Hearts and Dreams, let's do that one we were playing right before we started here.
Okay.
That one, it goes G to E minor,
Mm-hmm.
G, E minor, D, G. That one. Let's do that. This one's called Play On. Thanks everybody for watching. We're almost done with this thing. It's about 9 minutes to go. Let me see if we got anybody to thank here for donating tonight. I don't know if people realized that this was going to be on an Eastern time today. Because usually I'm on Pacific time, you
Yeah.
know? So, I don't know if there's not as many people watching today as I thought there would be. Okay. Let's see, we gotta get back to that page there. Okay. And I started doing this live streaming stuff about 4 or 5 years ago. 5 years ago now. It's just it's really
a good
tough.
song.
Thanks. Yeah, it's just hard to. All right, here we go. You sound good, Uncle. You're good. You're doing good, man. You're doing good, yeah.
Well, that's fun.
Playing songs you never heard before, you know? I mean, that's not easy. We got one more for you all.
Okay.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you like this video. Nobody's liked it so far. What do you think of that? Nobody's
I think
liked
we're
it.
about 3 hours on.
I think that's what's happening. Oh, man. It's tough, man.
Yeah.
Trying to get all this. It's been a lot of work getting this all together. It's been so much coordination, you know. It's been a lot of work. It's worth it, though, you know. It's worth it.
You've had some good people helping you, haven't
you? Yeah. I have, yep. My parents helped a lot. My parents, thanks, Mom and Dad. They let me borrow their car to come down here. And all kinds, God knows. My sister picked me up from the airport the other day. My Aunt Dorothy came out to see me. It's a good time. It's a good life, you know?
Yeah, man.
What are we gonna end on?
Whatever you want to.
We gotta do going back to Old Virginia. We haven't done that one yet.
No, we hadn't done that.
This is the perfect song.
right.
Do you ever feel like some songs that there's like they have if you I guess I should ask, do you ever not want to sing certain songs because you don't want to manifest that in your life? You know?
Yeah, I mean, especially those crying, sad
Totally.
songs
Yeah.
that just are so sad. I want to sing and play happy tunes most of the time.
Totally. This is a happy song. Going back to Old Virginia is a happy song. But I thought, you know, I used to play it a long time ago in a bluegrass band I had together in Albuquerque, New Mexico. It was 20 years ago. And we'd sing this song, and it's a beautiful song. And the first verse is, it was there I met my darling. For me she was the only one. But I left her there crying. Sorry now for what I've done.
Yeah.
You know, I always thought, well, at least I'm not. I don't know what that feels like. You know, at least I'm not, you know, first person. And now I do. And then there's the other verse is my home is there in the valley where the Shenandoah flows. While I left my loving family, no one on earth will ever know. And I thought the same thing. Well, I'm going back to my family. You know, I'm going back to Virginia. You know, I'm gonna be with my family, so I don't have to feel like this guy does. You know, but I'm not. I don't live in Virginia. I lived there for about a year, and I couldn't take it. And now I have to. Now I still feel like the guy. And I'm wondering. Sometimes I wonder, is it because I sang this song so many times? This happened in my life, or what? Anyway,
I'm going back to Old Virginia.
Old Virginia, yeah.
I've wanted to do that so many times in my life.
Go back to Old Virginia?
Go back to Old Virginia. And
do you want to go back to Old Virginia now? You're in North Carolina now.
I'm in North Carolina now, and I love North Carolina, but one day I'm going to go back to Virginia and maybe play with some of those people that are over there. You know, they got a lot of bluegrass and old time over there, and I don't know. But I'd have a hard time with it. I like North Carolina. It's a peaceful place.
Right. Yeah. Well, on this side of the border, on your side of the border, is not a whole lot of difference.
Not a whole lot of
down
difference.
this way. Yeah. When you go up north, that's where it starts to get different. Yeah. Anyway.
Northern Virginia is off limits to me because I like southwestern Virginia.
I hear you. It's a different state.
It's a different life.
It is. Yeah. As we were saying before, when you're in Northern Virginia, it's hard to make a friend, isn't it? It's hard there.
Oh, you can't make musical connections up there the way you can down here.
Right. Yeah.
They
Yeah. Well, Uncle, I really appreciate you doing this with me. It's been an honor, you know.
Well, it's been an honor for me to be on here with you, and we're not going to quit playing just because the podcast.
No, we're just getting started for the night.
That's right.
Yeah, and I hope it's not 4 years before I see you again.
I hope it's not too.
It's been too long, hasn't it? Yeah.
It really has.
Yeah, it's hard for me to get back. I'm trying to get out of California, but I love it there in a lot of ways. You know, I really
Well, I
do.
want to come see you one day.
Yeah. And then I got my land in New Mexico, so you can come there too if you want.
Yeah. Come
Yeah.
Come to New Mexico and see you.
That'd be cool. All right, let's do going back to Old Virginia, huh? Going back to Virginia. I'm going back to my home. I'm going back to the valley, and I'm never more alone. My home is there in the valley, where the Shenandoah flows. I left my loving family, no one on earth will ever know. Going back to Virginia, going back to my home. Going I'm sorry now for what I've done. I'm going back to Virginia. I'm going back to my home. Going back to the valley. And I'm never home. Let's see what I can do. Going back to see my mother and my Papa too. Well, and now one family, no one on earth will ever do. I'm going back to Virginia. I'm going back to my home. Going back to the valley. And I'm never home. Let's do one together. Going back to Virginia. Going back to my home. Going back to the valley. And I'm never home. And I'm never home. All right. That's a good time. All right, thanks a lot, everybody, for watching. Appreciate it. My sister Michelle and Zach and my mom and dad, and I think that was everybody that tuned in so far. It looks like there's 4 viewers though, so we'll see. Anyway, thanks y'all for tuning in. Thanks for everybody who listens and watches later on. We're gonna sign off now and do some more playing here tonight. See y'all.
I gotta run in here to the bathroom.